The year's almost over. It's not too late to finish it out strong. In this video, I'm gonna give you the robust Q4 strategy to help you boost your revenue before the year turns over. Typically for industrial manufacturing companies, they coast into Q4, they just chalk it up and say Q4 is gonna be a planning phase. They're not really that aggressive, and that is where you fall behind, where your competition is still going hungry. So I'm gonna cover some areas to pay attention to. This could turn into your Q4 strategy. I mean, you could even do this every single quarter, but it's key that you stay aggressive with these 5 tips. The first one's gonna be implement something new into your strategy. What I mean by that is whatever you've been doing this year so far, if it's not producing the results you want, you have to pivot and make an adjustment. You don't have to wait until Q1 of 2024. You don't have to wait until the middle of next year. You can make micro adjustments. Even if you don't have the team in place, the agency in place like MFG Tribe, you haven't hired us yet, you don't have the budget, you already have a contract with somebody else, and you want to work with us to help you drastically boost your revenue and all of your performance, but you can't yet, there's still areas that you can make adjustments. Take it on yourselves. You can look at what type of things can I do on LinkedIn? What type of videos can I create internally, raw style videos? It's not too late to implement a strategy that works. If you want all of the different areas that we talk about, head over to the YouTube channel and you can see all the videos of where I break down what works, what doesn't, where to pay attention to. But I'm gonna say social media on LinkedIn for you guys is gonna be number 1. Creating content is gonna be number 2. If you don't have writers or a massive video team in place and you can't afford to bring us in this late in the game at the end of the year to make an impact, then just do something yourself with your phone. Go out to the shop floor, interview some people that work there, have them say some one-liners, but creating some sort of raw content will get you noticed against the competition. Then also, don't forget to look at your website. Just really quickly look at your website. Who is going where the most? Where's the traffic coming from? How is your RFQ or contact us page look like? Is it easy for people to book time, to send you information? Those 3 areas of beefing it up on social for the next 90 days, shooting some sort of video content, writing some sort of long form content, and then also make minor tweaks to your website to where it's just, as people go to the page, you want them to take that call to action to do something in the end, whether it's contact you, submit an RFQ, whatever it is, but make sure that's an easy process. You can make micro adjustments, very cost effective, and it won't break the bank, and you can implement them quickly. But the key is don't just say, we've been doing it this way for the year's almost over, we'll look at a different strategy for next year. It's not too late. You can do micro things right now and make a massive impact. The next one's gonna be set clear objectives and goals for your team. Q4 is not a time to just wait around for the year to change over. Still stay on your team, sales and marketing. Tell them that you're looking at performance levels. You need them to step it up. Increase their KPIs. Tell them that they need to hit higher revenue numbers, higher numbers coming from inbound. Whatever it is and however you're tracking them, make sure you review those goals. Don't wait until next year. Do some micro increases to them to give them the fuel to drive them to perform in Q4, not resting on their laurels, not becoming complacent, but pushing them a little bit harder, because Q4 is busy. This is when a lot of people in your space of industrial manufacturing are making decisions on their budget, making decisions on programs, getting funding for stuff. You want to be there regardless if you're a supplier from a services standpoint, like machine shops and stuff like that, or if you've got products, or if you've got technology, or if you're just selling to these B2B industrial companies. Q4 is not a sleepy time for them. They could be planning and budgeting. You want to be there to make sure that you're on that list. So now you have to get super aggressive, but the only way to do that is show your team, this is the level that I'm looking for you to perform at for the next 90 days. And it'll probably carry over into next year, but I'm gonna make a change today, in September, in October. October 7th, I'm going to make a change. I expect you guys to be on board and increase your level so we can set a new tone going into 2024. The third thing is gonna be analyze your data. Analyze all the data, last 90 days, last 60 days, last 30 days. Look at the last week if you have to. Look at quarter over quarter performance. See what's working. You're looking for wins. You're looking to get some massive movement at the end of the year. It's not time to go and say, we're gonna build out this robust strategy and try and implement it in December. December's even worse of a time to implement something new with everybody because of the holidays, because of vacations, because a lot of manufacturing companies shut down. So you want to say, I'm gonna look at what little micro adjustments can I make to the strategy right now? What is the data showing me right now that I can say, I'm gonna make this change. It's showing me that I should go in this direction, increase something, reduce something, divert attention away into a different area. Look at that data, analyze it in small segments, make pivots, and then test that. And then once you get that adjustment, go back and see if it was beneficial or not. If it wasn't, make another adjustment, but always look back at the data. Start with the last couple of months See if it tells you something that you should pay more attention to or push more money into at the end of the year, whether it's advertising, creating videos, pushing more on social, doing some sort of free webinar, live giveaways, anything like that, anything that's gonna get attention that's already going down the path, and make sure that you read that data and make smart investments for the end of the year. Fourth thing is gonna be hire the right people. You may be thinking like, no, Kyle, I wanna wait until 2024 to hire the right people. No, you can make changes today. You can fire somebody today and put somebody new in place in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. You can put them in place the next day and already have it lined up, and then it takes them a couple weeks to get trained. But you need to look at your team. You do not have to wait until the end of the year to review performance. If something's not working, get rid of that person, bring in somebody new, get them trained up, get them pulled into the system, because one person on the team that comes with creativity or comes with some different style or some sort of motivation or aggression or wants to perform at the highest level, one person can change the tone for everybody. It's not too late. You don't have to wait until next year. Make those team member changes as fast as you possibly can. Get the right people in the right seat on the bus and go from there. The last and certainly not the least is going to be don't become complacent. That should be the overarching theme for the entire next 90, 100 days is don't be complacent. You cannot slow down. This is not the right time for it. You had some wins, great, pat yourself on the back. Now is the time to even be more aggressive. You want to build up that momentum going into 2024. The only way to do that is to bring in as many new things in your pipeline as you can, whether that's doing massive outbound marketing, fixing your inbound marketing, having your sales team go out there, be more aggressive, more calls, more emails, more trade shows, whatever it is, but you have to push as hard as physically possible to bring those things in, because even if you're not gonna close those people in November, December of this year, you might be able to close them in January. So you wanna have some big wins in the first quarter of next year. You have to be doing the activity now. I understand if your sales cycle is 6 to 12 to 18 months because you sell industrial equipment or things like that, easier said than done, but you still have to be aggressive and hungry and go after those people to say, look, I got all this in the pipeline. First quarter, second quarter of next year is gonna be massive based on this. I've already got people that are committing to going with us from a service, from a machine standpoint, whatever it is, but do not rest on it. Don't sleep, don't wait while everybody else is doing that. This industry is slow in Q4 across the board. People become lazy going into Q4, especially when you look at mid of November and on. That's like 6 weeks that the industrial and manufacturing industry is just like, oh no, we got Thanksgiving and we got Christmas and we got all this stuff, and they're just not doing much. And those that are gonna win going into 2024 and ending 2023 are those that are gonna be like, no, dude, I'm still hustling, grinding every single day. It does not matter if it's 2 days after a holiday, a week before the holiday, I'm still going. You have to light that fire underneath the butt of your team. Get people in place if you need assistance with that, and get them to drive the team and motivate them to continue to perform, because the year's not over and you need to set yourself up for success now as well as going into 2024. So if you guys got value out of this content, share it with one person you know, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Head over to LinkedIn, give me a follow. If you want to listen to this on podcast form, head over to Industrial Sales and Marketing with me on every major podcast platform. We will see you on the next one.